So the new Redfall game, which is like a Bethesda game, it's gonna be it's so stupid. It's gonna be locked to 30 FPS on launch, which isn't necessarily a big issue. The problem is that it's gonna run in 4K 30 FPS while and you have to wait for a performance mode for 60 FPS. What is happening? Why is this a thing? How do they possibly make it so they prioritize 4K over actually good performance? Like,
yeah, why did we revert? Like, there's just like a step backwards. Give me the option.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
that's
if
the
you
problem.
Take one or the other. Oh, sorry, what?
No, I was going to say that's
So
the problem is that like, a lot of other games have been giving the option. This one, because most newer games give you either like frame rate option or performance or quality.
Right.
And this game, it's like, no, you don't get that option. Like you're going to play the game with great visuals, but 30 frames. And like,
I think
I disagree.
Yeah, that's a bad trade.
And they're going to throw out a 60 FPS performance mode patch via game update at a later date. Unspecified, by the way.
Yeah.
I think what this means is that they wanted another delay, and Xbox or Bethesda like, we can't delay this again. Like, we just can't. And they're like, okay, then we're just not going to be able to have it hit 60 frames per second and just cap it at 30 until we can like figure it out, which is also not a good sign.
Right.
Like realistically, I don't know why anyone would choose 4K 30 over like 1080p or 2K at 60. Personally, I'm not sure about you guys, but I think from 2K to 4K is incredibly negligible. Like I barely can see the difference.
Right, 2K, but you can notice the difference between 30 frames and 60 frames. That can.
Absolutely right. I mean,
but between 2K and 4K, I also cannot actually see much of a difference.
And I know, like Rob, for example, if you were to get it, which I know you're not, but on PC, it's not gonna be an issue because of sliders and stuff like that. So score 1 or score 100 for PC.
Yeah, but with a $70 price tag though.
True.
And I guess their first game to be raised to the new, and it's going to be the first game raised to the new $70 price point.
I think this is such.
So you're going to ship a game, make people pay $70 for this, and it's not even going to ship with 60 frames per second.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Isn't that like the cool new next gen experience I was promised?
Yes.
It's never going to happen. I feel like I love the new generation of consoles in terms of, I guess, power, but it's really annoying that we can't have even 2K 60 at this point. Like I don't do 4K. 4K might be the TV standard now or whatever, but it's expensive and I don't care for it on my monitor. Versus like I have a 2K monitor, works perfectly fine, but I just want it in 60 frames plus. That's all. And 120 hertz. I know Halo Infinite is like on the Series X specifically, it's 120, or I think it actually goes up to 240 FPS. But 144 hertz at 4K. Like that's like their most optimized game. But this, come on, really, like 30. That's the choice you made with 30 FPS. That like I'm not sure if I'm an elitist about this, but I hate playing games at 30 FPS.
I hate playing video games too.
Like unless it's retro where you don't have a choice or it's the way it's designed, totally different. But I just don't I can feel how sluggish it is from between 30 and 60. I don't want to play at 30 unless it is extremely locked at 30 and there's no dipping, but that's usually not the case.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. Anything I've seen in this article, I mean, granted it's Kotaku, so take that with a grain of salt, I suppose. But I don't know if that's what you're going for, and your marketing has shown this at 60 frames per second, which I get it, it's marketing. But then turn around and be like, yeah, it'll run in 4K at 30 frames per second, and you're locked into it until we patch the update.
Wait, did it actually say here that the trailers were in 60 frames? I didn't see that.
Yes. Trying to find where in the article that said.
We added. Okay, oh, there he is. The comments were not kind.
Yeah, the comments were,
had been showing the game running at 60 FPS for months in its marketing. See, to me, you're literally lying to the client. This is like what's it called? Came out. What is that game?
Back 4 Blood.
No, not either of those. It's old. It was on the 360 Ubisoft Watch Dogs. When Watch Dogs, like at E3, it was like unbelievably beautiful. Like it looked insane when it came out.
I remember that.
Right, and then it came out. Yeah, like, real stinky. Like that to me, honestly, I would, if the capability came up, I would sue for false advertising. Because if you're showing me a product that, it's supposed to run at 60 frames per second and it's like literally locked to 30, then that's lying to me, and I'm buying it under an assumption that it runs better than what it's shown.
What's really great about that is somebody out there has shelled out $500 for this console and wants those games to be worth it, right? And then get this. Killzone 2 trailer.
I vaguely remember that. I think that was also another one. Derek, do you remember that?
I kind of do.
Like it was like it.
That was so long ago.
I think that was the one for the.
It was PS2.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and it looked amazing, and then when it came out, it was like, stinky. Yeah, so like, I
remember this
trailer. Am I wrong though? I feel like it has to be just false to a degree, false advertising. Imagine if like a car said it could get 100 or no, like 100 miles to the gallon, and it goes to like it's like 25. It's like, okay, I mean, you screwed me. Like you lied to me. It's like, no, it'll happen at some point. Like, no, I don't know.
It's just my favorite part of this industry, where they can literally lie and get away with it, and they'll just be like, yeah, whatever. These dumb whatevers are just gonna buy this anyway. What does it matter what trike we pull out?
I wonder if it's because I think they backpedaled on it, because didn't like a few months ago, Derek, they said how it was going to be an always online game.
Yes,
and then and then everyone's like, that's actually stupid. Please, like, don't do that. And I think they.
I don't know about this one. This sounds like this is going to be a dead on launch.
I think they backpedaled on it. I think they said they're not going to do it anymore, but. That might have been another issue, because if it's always online, it's always checking. That's gonna like genuinely affect the gameplay itself. So, also this is like what, the first Xbox exclusive in like years. We haven't gotten anything from their studio because it's been such a long goddamn time. And
it's being set up for disaster.
Yep.
You're killing me, Xbox. You're killing me. What was that? What's that? It's like one of my favorite memes. I'm fighting my goddamn life, man. What? That's
this is gonna be a bad one. I can feel it.
Stinker. Yeah. I mean, no, go continue, Rob. George.
No. I was agreeing that I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be a very.
That brings up a good point, though. Game Pass would probably give it some life, since it's since they seem to be doing a lot of these Game Pass things.
Yeah.
That drop off is absolutely going to be steep.
Yeah, I don't see this game being popular for more than like 2 weeks.
If that, I mean, it's day
the
one.
Only way that this game, the only way that this game is going to be
May 2nd.
I was going to say the only way this game is going to stay relevant is if like some big streamers hop on it, and. So, the only way is if a group of, well-known streamers hops on this, and probably with a sponsor from Bethesda, hey, we'll pay you to play this game so that your audience will buy the game. And, that's 10 creators, so...
It's like 10 creators. Also, the fact of the matter is that Redfall itself doesn't look like it has any replay value. It's Like,
that's supposed to be coming out May 2nd, apparently.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, it's technically classified as a looter shooter.
Yeah, it'll be dead by June.
Which is going to be interesting because
yeah, it's like Borderlands, where you're supposed to like do dungeons and stuff.
This would make the first like bad.
Oh, no wonder that it's going to be such an issue. It's the publisher is Bethesda, of course. It makes sense.
No, to what?
Yeah, the game's already going to be glitchy as fuck when it comes out. But I like this comparison in this article, right? Because they're talking about like, is the 60 frames an end all be all for the game? And to quote the article, there's one big blockbuster that launched without it last year, Gotham Knights. It was also initially delayed, next gen only, multiplayer focused, and priced at $70. And we all know how well Gotham Knights went. Which is another game that I was super hyped for leading up to it. And then as it came out, my interest fell off. And I'm like a huge Red Hood fan. I'm a like Batman universe in general. I really, really enjoy. And I really wanted to play Gotham Knights. And probably about a week before launch, I was like, nah, I'll wait.
That game, I mean, my hype for it died the second the Red Hood gameplay came out. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, the trailer for Red Hood. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna just jump in the air. Like I'm gonna air hop. Doug, like. Stupid. Also, like I can understand it to a point, but none of the Bat family were a tank, right? Like Jason Todd is not a tank. By any means.
Right.
Sure, like League of Assassins training, blah blah blah. We can go into all that if we really wanted to, but he's not a tank. He's not a big brawny tank.
Are we talking about like DC, or are we talking about like Overwatch? Like what the
DC?
Did I miss something here?
Yeah. We're talking about
making the comparison to Gotham Knights. The Kotaku article made the comparison that there's another big blockbuster game that came out without the 60 frames, and then I just got focused.
You were describing it, and then all of a sudden you started bringing up like tank, and I'm like, wait, are we talking about Overwatch? Huh?
Because Red Hood's character model, he's big and tanky. He's like the tank of the 4 that you can play as,
which like makes literally zero sense. Because
tank in the game mechanic sense. And rubber bullets, come on. Come on.
Like, right.
Can't show blood to those kiddos.
Also, so
then they shouldn't have picked Red Hood.
The fact that, and this is from Arcane Studios, which is like a very well-known studio, because they well, I hated Deathloop with a burning passion. I thought that game was abysmal at best and unbelievably boring. I don't like either way. They had the Dishonored 1 and 2. I think I'm missing. What am I missing? I feel like
they had Prey, but it wasn't that good.
Really? Nice, George. He's showing off his pop figure of Red Hood, I assume. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The Chunko Pops.
And people in the comments are saying that maybe it's just gonna do better launching on PC because there's not gonna be a cap. But still, it's just. Even without the cap on PC, it's just unacceptable. Or I think it's unacceptable.
Right.
Let's see. This guy commented 2 things funny about this. All the folks who going, quote, unacceptable for a game today to be less than 60 FPS do understand that as the games add other technological advancements, it then becomes harder to hit a higher frame rate, right? Like, they must understand that, right? Who knows what the deal is with Redfall, but we're taking these comments at face value that all games on modern hardware should be hitting 60 FPS, then we do recognize that it actually becomes hard to do that as the generation goes on and developers push the hardware to do more and more, right? I disagree with that purely because what exactly is this game brings to the table that is next gen? Right? Like,
right. If games like God of War and like Horizon Forbidden West can do 60 FPS, there's no reason a game like this shouldn't be able to.
Well, like I understand it takes a lot more to like have co-op and have like multiple players in the same place. I get that, but based on his comment, by saying like understand that games add other technological advancements, but what honestly, what game recently would you think of as a technological advancement other than looking really pretty? You know,
nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
Like and the games just look super like they just look polished. Doesn't mean they're like next gen. Like
yeah, they're not breaking the mold with what you can do in video games. They're just trying to amplify what's already there. Like I don't think a brand new concept has really come out in a while. I want to say probably Dreams, which was a PlayStation exclusive, was like a completely unique take on gaming because it was almost like a game developer mini type of like genre where you can make your own games or you can make music on it and stuff. And I think Dreams was relatively like groundbreaking in terms of what you could do, but I don't think anything else has been like, wow, look at that. They're doing something brand new in the gaming scene. Like, no, it's like rinse and repeat.